right, now that you've made homemade bread and are ready to make it into pepperoni buns, we hope you enjoy this video. Just a real quick background on pepperoni buns. If you are from West Virginia and have any Italian background or heritage, you know about pepperoni buns. It's basically like a little pizza dough, or bread dough in this case, with pepperoni rolled inside. Okay, and it makes it very easy to pack in a lunch or take on a trip. Okay, and it originated many years ago when we had coal miners of Italian heritage, and that's what they carried in a lunchbox. Okay, so enjoy doing a pepperoni bun. Okay. All right, so our bread dough has been in the oven proofing, all right, for an hour. Okay, so we're ready to take it out. Now, do you remember that little loaf of bread that we put in there now? Now look at it. Okay, so when the bread comes out, it's proofed bread, and we have to punch it down. We make it back to little again. Okay, so we now have bread dough. Now, pepperoni buns can be any size, and I tend to like smaller ones. So what I do is I divide my bread in half, okay? And then I divide this in half, and I keep dividing in half, and dividing in half, dividing in half, and dividing in half. So I have balls. Okay, and I line them all up because I want them to be as close in size as to being the same size as possible. Okay, so the amount of dough that we made would actually make 2 loaves of bread. So out of 1 loaf of bread, or half of that, I get 16 pepperoni buns. Now, how big you make pepperoni buns is entirely up to you. In West Virginia, in Fairmont, we have 2 different establishments that have made pepperoni buns for centuries or decades. And in one case, the pepperoni buns are about the size of a hot dog bun. At the other one, they make pepperoni buns the size of hoagie buns. So whatever you want to do. I tend to make mine a little smaller than hot dog buns. All right, that's just how I like them. So instead of getting 16 out of there, I got a little left over. So I lay them out, lay that there. Now, when it comes to pepperoni, you can buy sliced pepperoni, and you can buy a pepperoni stick and then cut it, whichever way you like it. It's what you prefer. So what you will do is we'll take one of my dough, make it into a pancake, put 3, 4 pieces of pepperoni in there, simply fold it in half and put it on the tray. Now, my baking sheet, I put parchment paper on it so the buns don't stick. Okay. Pepperoni buns are all made. So this is, I usually get about 2½, 3 dozen of buns, the size that I make, out of the recipe we did, which will also make 2 loaves of bread. So these all have pepperoni in, and they need to proof one more time. So I'm going to let them proof for about 45 minutes, cover it with a towel, put it back in the oven again, in the proofing, okay? So it's going to be only like 100 degrees for about 45 minutes. The pepperoni buns were in the proofer for about 40 minutes, and I pulled them out, and wow, they're a lot bigger than when we put them in. Okay. Now, I did not put any oil on the top of these pepperoni buns. Some people do. If you put some oil on them, then you're going to change whether they're crusty or not so crusty. All right, one will be a little softer than the other. Entirely your choice. So now I have my oven set at 350. I'm going to bake these And after they bake for about 30 minutes, we'll bring them out and show you what they look like. Okay, the buns have been in, about 20-25 minutes, but they're browned, okay? So let's take a look. Okay, it depends on how brown you like them, but if you look at the bottom, they are browned on the bottom, and they have a hollow tap to them. Okay, so I'm going to take them out, put them out on the cooling rack. Okay, and give them a few minutes to cool before we put them out on a tray. Okay, we have a tray, and we can put a few buns on here, break them apart. Ouch. And we have pepperoni buns. We hope you enjoyed making pepperoni buns and enjoyed our videos.
Yeah.
As much as we had fun making the video and making the pepperoni buns.
And eating them.
And eating them, because we definitely consumed them all, and we have none here to show you at this time. Remember to share our videos.
And subscribe for more amazing content.